Season 1 Reloaded of Warzone 2.0 is finally here, and I am bringing you what I believe to be the biggest changes you might not have seen if you didn't read the patch notes. First, we got Warzone Cup, which is a limited time mode, which is basically Warzone's version of Rocket League. Changes to XP tokens and a few other things, but the biggest one is the various issues with weapon and attachment unlocks and progressions have been addressed, including stats display, so hopefully this is more accurate. One of the biggest things people have been requesting for the longest time is friendly player nameplates disappear when an enemy is in the direct path. I don't know how many times you see your teammate and you think it's him, and then all of a sudden you get shot by an enemy because they're just lined up with each other. A bunch of multiplayer garbage that has nothing to do with Warzone 2. You can throw a portable radar on top of vehicles, so now all you have to do is drive by a house to see if anyone's in it. Mini Royale is back in the game. Now, while this isn't actual resurgence, it's just a mini Royale version of the Battle Royale where there's a gulag and everything like that. One of the biggest things to me is the update to the strongholds and black sites. It increased the number of active strongholds to 5, up from 3, which I think is great because sometimes you'll be on the very north side of the map and all 3 spawn in the south side of the map. The next part is huge for some of those bot friends of yours. The AI bots actually got nerfed. Damage per bullet reduced by 26%, the number of units per site is reduced by half, and further reductions based on squad size are also reduced. They decreased the number of time between waves, but they also decreased the number of bots per wave. And for the black site, they actually buffed the bots by giving them additional armor, but one of the biggest things I think is that it rewards you with a stronger UAV which sweeps twice as far. It was already a pretty large circle and 30% faster. I mean, this is going to give you any information you need in the entire area, especially if that's late game. It's going to be a huge bonus for those people capturing the black site. For the DMZ mode, they're actually bringing in perks. Successfully extracting multiple times in a row will provide players with random perks for their next infill. Pretty cool. As for the default loadouts you can actually choose from, it updated the perk packages, but some of them weren't working correctly, and it was kind of giving you random other ones. They added back in the sound when a nearby player has been revived, which I think is actually a great thing. We're all used to hearing that, and all of a sudden we don't hear it, and the guy's revived, and we're just not used to it. So for me, it's better. It's going to let you automatically loot ammo for the weapons you have. I don't know how many times I've accidentally swapped a weapon out, and then I have no ammo, and I physically have to go pick it up rather than automatically doing it. I think this is great. They're adding an alert sound when someone dies in the gulag, whether it's your teammate or the opponent, but sometimes my teammate dies and I don't even know it. And as I mentioned before, there's actually a ton of bug fixes that they're bringing to the game. Hopefully this fixes a lot of things people have been complaining about. I'm not going to read through all this, but the main thing is, with all these fixes, will it make the game more laggy? Final thing that's not listed in the loadouts, there's a rumor that you can actually save your custom loadout like you could before. That way you don't have to re-add all of the attachments and go through and try to remind yourself because there's so many attachments. It gets a little bit confusing and overwhelming. That way you can save your favorite loadout so you can just equip it the next time you want to put a certain weapon in a loadout. I'm hoping a lot of these changes are for the better, but let me know what you think in the comments.